Welcome inside our LA NBA studio with Byron and Paul. I'm Michelle. Lakers up 63-57 at the half. But man, we had a game in South Beach tonight, ladies and gents. Warriors visiting Miami. We'll take you all the way to the fourth here because this is where the Warriors start to make their run. They were down by a lot at one point. But
champs, they're going to storm back, of course.
They're going to make it interesting. They're going to make people sweat a little bit, make things feel uncomfortable.
But how often do you see three guys get a 4-point play in one game?
It is quite silly. Anyways, yeah, they're tied there, and then Kevin Durant pulls them ahead, but
and
Wade.
No, Flash.
Yeah, you're right.
Had a flashback. Having a flashback.
Huge shot for him. They win. Final seconds. Let's hear them. 10 assists, third career 30-point 10 assist game already. He and John Collins, first 21 and under teammates to score 30 since Russ and KD in 2010. And it's the second straight game that he's finished with 35 points at least and 5 assists, joining Allen Iverson and Michael Jordan as the only rookies with 35 and 5 in consecutive games.
Good company right there.
That is
very good company.
Bad at all. Yeah, he's making a late push for that title. This one goes out to San Antonio. Pistons, Spurs. Okay, who was that guy?
Give me
Paul?
that.
Hurdle?
Yeah,
Give me that.
Yeah, not tonight,
Not
buddy.
in my house.
Spurs have been gone from home a long time.
Not in here.
They're back. And we'll talk a little bit more about our game when we come back. But before we send
somebody guard LeBron James, please.
Called lack of communication. Somebody's got to pick up the ball.
Easy.
This halftime is
coming up after the buzzer. SportsCenter with Stan and Neil. So obviously they're going to have some reaction from the game you're watching, and then you got to do Dwayne Wade's greatest shots after what he did tonight, and why conflict elevates Westbrook. That sounds deep.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's something. Tonight's Going Places is brought to you by Toyota. B. Scott, you have an interesting situation because what you love about this game, you also don't like, which is?
I love the way both teams are attacking the paint. You got the Lakers with 46 points in the paint. You got the Pelicans with 36. But I hate the fact that neither one of them can stop each other from getting to the paint. It's just too many easy baskets in this game right now, and it's going to be one of those games that comes down to the end on who can make a jump shot, because you got to make some adjustments on both ends to stop guys from getting to the paint so easily.
Well, it's a reason these teams are 10th.
Because they're so bad defense.
14th in the it's a reason they don't play defense. But
Julius
Randle. The Lakers may be upset by letting him go because he's been a force in the league the last couple of years. He's been dominant, getting to the basket, showing a physical presence, even knocking down a three here. Something he needs to improve on, but everything else he does is just, it's great for the ball because he brings a physical mentality to this team, and that's what they need.
And he leads all scorers with 19, and I love stories like that. You come back and remind everybody what they're missing. Anthony Davis, however, making the most of his limited run. He has 15 points in 13 minutes. Second half action coming back with Dave and the Van Gundy's. And the Lakers badly need a win tonight, facing Anthony Davis and the Pelicans. That's in minutes right here on ESPN. Right now, though, welcome inside our LA NBA studio with Paul and Byron. My name's Michelle, and yeah, Portland, 5th straight win. Boston, 4th straight loss. Where do we start? Because I know I want to look at you to Boston, but we really should give some love to Portland because they're doing 4 on the road, 4 wins on the road for a team that we all know wants to try to get over that hump and prove everybody wrong. Looks like they're coming together at the right time.
Well, it looks like one team is going one way, the other team is going the other way. I mean, I really can't put a finger on what's going on in Boston. I mean, usually, you know, you get to the All-Star break, tired legs, and you come out that All-Star break, you're like, look, guys, it's time to start turning it up right now. And it's just like Boston is going in the opposite direction. I mean, it doesn't look like they're having any fun together. I mean, I know not having Terry Rozier out there hurt them tonight, especially them not getting much from the bench. But still, this is just sums up how they've been playing coming out of the break.
And we talk about on the other side of that spectrum, you look at the Portland Trailblazers who won 5 in a row.
Yeah.
And they're playing extremely well. They know they're trying to make a climb up on the Western Conference. Everybody's kind of doubted them. We've talked about their great guard play. But the big fella, Nurkic, did a good job tonight as far as scoring in the paint, giving them extra possessions. And again, I mean, they shoot 42% for this game, and they come out with a victory because of the way they got to the free throw line, number 1, and the way they got extra possessions, number 2. So he was a big factor. And then the fact that he was clogging up that paint, too. He had about 3 great block shots on Kyrie Irving that I thought ignited them on the offensive end. So Portland is playing the level, the type of basketball at this particular point that you want to play heading into the playoffs.
That's one of Boston's Achilles heels, not getting to the free throw line.
Yeah,
because that's going to be pivotal in the playoffs when shots aren't falling and you need to slow down the game and get to the line and get extra points at the rim. 7 for 10 tonight.
Well, they had the sweet play there at the end with the Marcus Smart miss on purpose. Kyrie, that was beautiful, and then
that was perfect. The way to draw it up.
Execution was. Can we?
That's going to be a problem.
I know we like to talk about Dwayne Wade a lot. A lot of it when we're watching the games. We got a highlight tonight.
OG D Wade in the house.
Satisfy everyone. Warriors in Miami. We'll go to the second here. Start right there. Adebayo.
KD's on a poster.
Yeah, it's still a little weird to see, but you know, it's interesting. Warriors would make a second half run, as they tend to do. That is sort of their MO. Klay Thompson, everybody stepped in. Here's the thing. We watch these games in the back, just a little behind the scenes. So this game, we're thinking, oh, the Warriors are coming back. It's the same thing every single time. Here they are tied at 118 apiece. Kevin Durant knocks down the three.
No lead is safe.
Game over, right?
Golden State.
Well, not quite yet.
Give it to D-Wade.
Give it to the old man.
And y'all thought D-Wade was burnt.
Wait, well, hold up. Hold up.
No, he is not.
Who thought that?
And no, he is not.
The impossible
I
three.
thought he was burnt out.
Then he still got some jets, too. Look at him. He's running around the court.
He could go another year.
All right. I want to hear from Dwayne Wade after
tired,
this one.
though, after that run.
Gotta be.
Say that I needed that on my way out, so thank you.
Well, not quite over yet. There they are, half the game out of the 8th spot. The new dew. I don't know, maybe that brought a little luck.
Like he's been kicking it.
I'm done with you. You know what? Let's just move on to our next game. Let's go courtside for Pelicans, Lakers. He also has a newborn baby. Thank you very much. LeBron averaging a triple-double in the last 8 games since he returned. Still 3-5 though in the 8. Byron, defensively, what do you want to see tonight?
I want to see effort. I want to see some tenaciousness. I want to see some communication. I want to see guys on a string on the defensive end. That's what we haven't seen from this Laker team. Everybody playing together, everybody covering each other's back, everybody talking to each other and taking onus for their own individual defense as well. That's where they got to start. And if they do that tonight, which they will win this game, which they will.
Hey, nothing that guaranteed.
Woo!
Not with the Lakers.
I need a Byron Davis speech every day. Get me going on the best note possible. Look, we heard from Anthony Davis earlier today because he was asked about playing in Staples tonight. Obviously, we know the backstory here. Said he doesn't care about the reaction, though. It has to mean a little something extra, right?
Yeah,
that was a lot.
Something. As a great player, you are motivated to go out there.
Did I call you Byron Davis?
Yeah,
I think you did.
Yes, you did.
I was going to get you later.
You were motivated.
Now I'm going to derail the whole show.
I'm
like Anthony Davis again.
I'm glad you thought about it. I'm glad you thought about it because I was about to say, who the hell is But go ahead, Beetle. My bad.
No, it's my bad.
Go ahead, True. Go ahead, True.
I mean, listen, he's a competitor. He wants to play. And if he's going to go out there and play any minutes, he wants to be out there when it's crucial. So I feel him, Anthony Davis. I feel you.
By the way,
he said he didn't want to be there, but so I don't know.
Jeff Van Gundy and Stan Van Gundy together are calling this game tonight.
That's
what do we expect?
fun.
Do we expect any seriousness? How many times?
A little bit.
Okay.
More from Stan than Jeff.
Oh, that's fair.
You know, more from Stan than Jeff. But I think Jeff will also bring out the funniness that Stan has in him. We don't see that often, but Stan is a funny guy, too. I think Jeff's going to bring it out tonight.
Fire and ice.
I've been excited about this since I learned about it last week.
Where's Chauncey?
Byron Scott. What do you mean, where's Chauncey? He took the day off. We have a lazy crew. Tip-off between the Pelicans
Low management
and
for
the
you,
Lakers.
Chauncey.
Dave Pash has the honor.
I can't stand you.
You working too hard? Chauncey's working too hard?
Yeah.
I got you, big shot.
Byron
I
Davis.
got
Low management, huh?
Byron Davis got you,
Who's
big
that?
shot. I got you.
Studio with Paul and Byron. I'm Michelle. Right now, Blazers up just 1 at the half, but we're going to take a look at what else has been happening around the league. We will start with Rockets Hornets. James Harden, first quarter. Hornets down 1. Let me get a little Kemba Walker here, please.
Walker. Step back 3.
Yeah, we'll take that. How about the third quarter we go? Rockets down 12. Harden.
Well, when you're not making jump shots, take it to the cup.
To the cup. Man, that's all. He's been unstoppable going to the rim this year.
Final seconds, Hornets down 1. Marvin Williams makes it in. You know what? I'm going to see that one more time. Look at this one. 3-point game. Rockets up with about a minute and a half left in that one. And what is it? The South Beach flu? Is that what we call it? Warriors
Kind of like coming to L.A.
Yeah, well, they're suffering, but That's all right. I'm going to show you a moment because I don't believe many people ever get to see Kevin Durant quite like this.
Oh, I don't know. That was a rattle in. That don't count as a dunk.
Why not?
You got to flush it.
He's a foot ahead.
When it rattles in, that's not considered.
He was kind of hanging on him, though,
Yeah.
Paul. You know what I'm saying? So you got to give him credit.
So, I mean, it was a nice play.
Heat up 12. Hawks, Wolves, first quarter. Cat, coast to coast.
Woo, now that's not, when a big man can take it coast to coast like that, that's a player.
That seemed a little easy. Trae Young, though, we must get some Trae Young. And
He's been balling lately. He's been balling.
About 27 already.
Timberwolves up, 4.5 left in the third. Bulls, Grizzlies. This isn't going to be the best highlight, but we're going to show it to you anyways.
Easy layup.
To Noah.
What just happened?
I don't, you know what? I'm not even going to try. This is just basketball.
4-on-1.
Wow. You know what? And it's tied.
It comes to the Paul
Everything's
Pierce
happening.
camp. Fast break.
LeBron James. Second game, our doubleheader. Lakers need this win tonight. That's your guy.
LeBron James, baby, in the house. Woo!
You know what? Don't hate the change. Tonight's Going Places is brought to you by Toyota. Paul, I'm going to make you talk Celtics because second night after back-to-back.
I like what I'm seeing. They're making the extra passes tonight, and it looks like they're making a conservative effort to do that. They have 10 assists so far, and they're just playing harder. I mean, that's going to be the difference for this team. If they're going to advance in the playoffs,
right,
they got to make the extra passes and just continue to play hard. Those are things they can control, playing hard and making the extra pass and caring for one another.
And they still losing.
It's just, yeah, and the
I mean,
they don't get to the line.
Yeah, but if you look at the Portland Trailblazers, and like you talked about, Portland is getting to the line. They're getting extra possessions because they're getting 8 offensive rebounds, and Nurkic is a big reason that they're getting those extra possessions and going to the free throw line. So we talk about what we know Damian and CJ can do on the offensive end. We know they're going to score. They got 22 of their 43 points, but it's the inside presence of Nurkic that gives them that extra edge right now on the Boston Celtics. Something that you and I talked about, Paul, earlier, is they need to find that third guy. I don't think Nurkic is that guy, but tonight he's showing up in the paint, and that's where they need him most.
But he has, I mean, Doris talked about him a little bit in the pregame as well. He has shown many glimpses, actually, that he could be that guy. But you guys are really just
all-star.
You're committed to the idea of it's got to be a brand new star.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's going to be a big man, he's got to be a dominant big man.
Yeah.
Nurkic is not a dominant big man. He's going to have some great nights, and he's going to average 14, 15, 9, 10 rebounds, but they need that wing player that can go get it every single night.
And for the Celtics, they have to do a better job at getting to the free throw line. The one thing I would say about Jason Tatum, for him to take that next step, he has to be better at getting to the line. I mean, that's the difference between going from a 16-point scorer to the 20-point scorer to probably an all-star.
Well, we still got a whole second half to play. And you know what? Sitting courtside's fun, also a bit dangerous. As Jada Kiss found out in the first half, everything got knocked out of his hands. Everything. Ryan, Doris, and George.
Lost some of that brown liquor.
we gonna make it.
The way it ended. McCollum a breakaway and a slam. Damian fades away. Got it. A clutch bucket from Damian.
Gets it into Kyrie. Kyrie takes it to the basket. A runner. No. Boston loses to Chicago.
But after losing to Milwaukee, to come out here and have this kind of effort, you should be pissed off right now.
Celtics falling to the Raptors.
And they got punked, pushed around, played in every way.
We have to be a lot more connected as a team. It's been a theme for a while.
This is just part of the NBA. Just get ready for it. Me and two-headed monster in Portland.
So they were just two young guards from small schools and became one of the most potent backcourts in the league. However, after only one series win in their last 4 years together, they're growing weary of the doubt that they can make a run. Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum spoke with Scottie Pippen on dealing with those who don't believe in Rip City.
Everyone talks about you guys are small, this and that. You're limited in certain areas. How do you guys feel about what the media and everyone is saying about you guys' team and whether or not you can win?
We just figure out ways to make the playoffs every year. We're going to face to win 50 games this season. And I think a lot of them had us not making the playoffs again this year for like the 4th straight year. At the end of the day, nobody's good at everything, right? Besides LeBron. There's only 2, 3 players in the NBA that can do everything. The rest of the league, you know, you got guys who are versatile and skilled, you know, in different areas. But at the end of the day, everybody has to guard each other, right? You know, you don't just have to guard other teams have to guard us. I think that winning in the playoffs will be a big factor in, you know, kind of quiet some of the skeptics and non-believers.
You're always going to need a story. I think that's pretty much what it is. You look around the league, it's a lot of people who get praise. They'd love to be where we are, you know, just winning every year. We in the playoffs every year, and only one team gets to win it. And the same team's been winning it the last few years. So, you know, I think what we're doing, what we've been able to accomplish as a group, you know, is working for us.
Look, they obviously are confident, and why wouldn't they be? But have you seen anything different from the last years that makes you think this will be a different situation?
Well, they added more depth, of course, but I don't know. It's just something about the Blazers. It's just, it don't strike me as a team that can, like, really get over the top without that. They need another perimeter guy. I think they need a versatile wing forward to just say, all right, if they grab somebody like a Paul George, I'm not saying Paul George on there, but they need somebody that caliber to get them over the top. I don't believe that.
Wait, a star then? Like
they
a
need
big star?
Another all-star. Okay. They need another all-star, you know, to really take that next step. And, you know, I thought C.J. McCullough would develop into that. He hasn't yet, but he's a very, very good player. But they need another all-star to really take that next step.
I think the question with them has always been, can they win a championship with their best players being, you know, Damian Lillard and C.J. McCullough? And I can take you all the way back to the Detroit Pistons, who had Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars. You know, but the pieces around those guys were guys who did their job every single night. You're talking about a Bill Laimbeer. You talk about Microwave. You talk about Rick Mahorn. You know, Dennis Rodman. All those guys played their role to a T. And I think what Paul just said is absolutely right. They need one more guy that they can rely on both ends of the floor that can get them over the hump. And if they add that type of guy from the perimeter, I don't think it has to be a post-up guy, especially the way today's game is played. If they get that 6'6", 6'7", 6'8" wingman that can spread the floor, they can take you off the dribble, then Portland could be a team to be that you have to deal with in the playoffs.
So daunting. That Western Conference also just looms.
It's just loaded.
Looms. I know. Hey, time for our final countdown. 2 Blazers and Celtics. Only James Harden has more clutch time points than Kyrie. Moment. All right, Paul.
Take it over.
You think that CJ and Dame can't be the 2 best players? Can Damian be the best player on a championship team? Maybe not this team, but a team.
When I look at the history of the league, I don't think your point guard can be the best player on a championship team. And that's when you look at all the champions. It's probably the greatest that have done that. Magic Johnson, of course, Isaiah Thomas. So I don't think your point guard, you need that perimeter player, like I said, but he's a very, very good piece. And that's not taking anything away from Damian Lillard.
Of course not.
He's a great player, but I just believe, as a wingman, I believe you need that perimeter player on the wing to be your best player to win it all.
I like how he sort of nices it up a little bit.
I mean, it's just when you look at the last 25 champions, how many teams had their best player be a point guard on a championship team?
Trailblazers, Celtics coming up next. Brian
Rucco,
Rucco, Doris Burke, George Sedano.
Chauncey, Tony Parker.
Glad you mentioned Chauncey.
That's only like 5 out of 25.